All right, it's Thursday morning, and a little dripping going on. I could hear dripping most of the night. And there are no new icicles to report. So we are in thaw mode here in most of New England. Although the valleys this morning, down at the airport in Morrisville, we did get to 28 degrees about 6 a.m. But here up at the mountain, the low temperature was 34 degrees, but the snow did set up, as they say. There was cooling, just enough evaporational cooling for the surfaces to get below freezing. So it is going to be a classic spring day with fast couple of runs before getting real soft. Not quite corn snow. I'll discuss that later in the video, the difference between wet, mushy snow, mashed potato, and corn. You need to really melt it and then refreeze it solid. So this is still just old, nice snow from the Monday blizzard. Every trail is open at J, and here at Mount Mansfield, all the front four are open. And so all the steeps and all the glades are doable. I got in there yesterday. It did get challenging, leg burning skiing late in the day, but they groomed hayride last night. Can't really see the other side of the mountain from here. That's the lookout chair right there, which is never open, but that's a front four. I think that's one of the front four, and it's open. Everything is open. That's hayride there on the left. And that's probably where I'll end up within a run or two this morning. The clouds are fairly thick. It was a very subtle boundary with cold air just north of us and real warm air just south of us. And there's precipitation incoming tonight. It's not going to be all rain. Wintry mix is expected tonight. We're going to go back into a cold wave starting tomorrow. Many more details to come. What kind of dog is that? Is that St. Bernard? I talked about a St. Bernard yesterday, but I didn't show it. Nope, not St. Bernards. Those are like bulldogs maybe? Anyhow, I'll see you again in a few minutes. 7:20 now, and I'll probably talk again around 10:20. That's my guess. Oh wow, Rex is walking on the snow. He's not falling in. So that kind of shows you that it did set up and freeze just a little bit. Just a little bit of a crunchy layer there. Right there. Right there. On the way to corn snow. It was an interesting morning on the mountain, that's for sure. Not as enjoyable surfaces as yesterday, but you take what you can get. I was happy that it was colder last night, so we did get a refreeze. And that icicle that's been our neighbor here for so long, it must have crashed down there and then down over the edge. I can't tell where the icicle went. And we also saw John Stafford out the window yesterday on our side of the complex. John Stafford and team over there. Roof duty, rappelling, and that's a great workout with a great view. And they're getting a sunburn today as we have, oh wow, the Zamboni's going. This is kind of a surprise. Beautiful, keep the ice rink going. But we are right on the divide between some cold to the north and warmth to the south. There are several fronts. We have a warm front south of us and a cold front north of us. And the clouds just keep racing through here. It was actually a gray sky for most of the morning until just now. Let's go to the 500 millibar flow. This is the flow aloft and the temperature. I'm going to use the temperature, and blue is very cold. And look at that cutoff low pressure system near Colorado, retrograding toward the southwest. That's fascinating. That's an upper level cool pool cut off from ridging in the east, ridging on the west coast, and troughing in southeastern Canada. And lots of little things, tons of perturbations ripping through here. One went through so fast you didn't even see it tonight, and then more so early in the week next week. That's cold air coming right from the North Pole down into New England the middle of next week, and then that trough in the southwest finally opens up and starts coming east, and then it's going to be coast-to-coast trouble. That southwest trough pumping Pacific energy into south side of an Arctic flow coming down in southeastern Canada, and wall-to-wall cold in Canada next week. Boy, is it going to be interesting. There's no one huge storm. The guidance keeps trying to put a huge storm out our way and then kicks it down the road. So now let's go to the NAM short range. Let's look at the satellite imagery first to see what's going on right now. The first perturbation that's going to race through here next is over Illinois. And boy, is it wound up. It's not the deepest low, but there's such cold to the north and warmth to the south. There's a a severe thunderstorm watch in effect in Illinois right now. And that low is ejected out of that Colorado upper low, and that's racing through here tonight. That's going to come through here. Maybe a thunderstorm. I saw some alto cumulus castellatus earlier in the day. That low is going to be deepening a little bit from 1006 to 1005. And note, look at the trajectory on that low. It's moving off to the east and then southeast with a batch of rain, green, and snow real fast tonight. Some spots, tops of mountains up here and in New Hampshire, and may get a couple inches of snow while it's rain in the valley. Either way, it looks like a damp start tomorrow, but then the sun's going to come right back out, turns into a nice day. 50s in southern New England tomorrow, while it's 40s and even 30s up here. Colder air gradually presses in, then here comes another one Saturday night. Another front's coming in here. Now, there is cold air ahead of it, but there's warm air advection at the surface, so we have differential advection, and that's going to result in mixed rain and snow showers Saturday night, and leaving us mostly dry on Sunday with cold air advection. It looks like a nice day with temperatures just right for skiing. Your St. Patrick's Day festivities looks like mostly dry for our parades. And while we're on that subject, I had dinner last night at Trattoria La Fiesta on Route 108 in Stowe, Vermont, and there are the images of what it's going to look like on the waterfall below the gondola. It's an old ritual where a group of locals goes up there and paints the ice green for St. Patrick's Day. It looks like a pretty good day. So most of the precipitation over the next 72 hours is going to be at night, tonight and Saturday night. And then it gets complicated. I showed you that upper level flow before. Now let's go to the surface flow. This is the Euro going out for 10 days. Here comes our little system racing through here tonight, kind of in between and no man's land tomorrow. Cold air advection north, warm air advection continues south. Another one with a strong low going to our north tomorrow night. That's why the wind's going to pick up from the southwest. Saturday night. That's Saturday night. That front comes through here, and Sunday morning, now we resume cold air advection. The isobars thicken up, it gets windy, and upslope snow is going to develop, but it looks like with a second front that's coming through Sunday night and Monday, so a few inches of upslope snow, and we have those little perturbations breaking off from the southwest upper level low and going south of us. So by Wednesday and Thursday, you got a storm missing us off to the south and east. And then another front's coming at us, and look at this. What's going on here? Friday, it looks like warm air advection, but then all of a sudden there's a real strong 1041, 1040 high southeastern Canada next Saturday and Sunday. Now we're at days 9 and 10 with a major 999 low over Nantucket. Is this really going to happen? Well, the guidance has been pointing it out in the 5 to 10 day now for about a week or so, but it keeps getting kicked down the road. So something like that may actually end up happening before next weekend. Instead, we just have little things we're going to watch every 36 hours. Something's going to happen. And just 1 minute, it's just a beautiful blue sky. Next minute, it's cloudy. And yesterday, for a few minutes, we even had a little bit of sleet coming down. I was working up here, and I heard a lot of rattling on the outside, so I turned through a different window. You can't see it here. And there was John Stafford just standing there. Jay Staff and his crew cleaning the roof yesterday. Preventing future avalanches and major icicles. They do this all year round. There they are right now. Anyhow, we had a talk through the screen, and Stafford told me that he went skiing in the notch in the blizzard on Monday. So we'll have a little video from Jay Staff on Monday, and also some more from our discussion yesterday on how he feels about this winter. He says it's March, and it always snows in March. I wasn't surprised at all to have 6 foot drift on the roof. Oh, see that? Someone just slipped a little bit, but they're all tied up there. It's all safe. So in more is a lot from yesterday, watching those guys clean the roof. Very impressive. Athletes ski, make snow, clean snow off roofs, hike up into the notch. So a little of that, and also some more fun with Baloo and T-Rex. You seem to really like watching Baloo and T-Rex play down there as the sun went down. We saw the sun set over Mount Mansfield. We saw Jupiter set over Mount Mansfield. And then we saw the moon set over Mount Mansfield. Tonight, not the case. It's going to be wet and white here early tomorrow morning. So our in more yesterday and today, and talk to you tomorrow. We're trying to work in here. If you could keep it down, that'd be nice. You're everywhere.
How are you everywhere?
Did you even sleep last night or what?
I did sleep last night. Sounds like a baby.
I bet when you do this work, right?
Like a newborn baby.
Well, I gotta tell you, the grooming's been awesome. And the roof clearing, probably thought you were done for the season, I would have guessed.
No, I mean, you know, March.
Yeah.
We're due for a little more, right?
There's a wayward polar vortex coming for the vernal equinox, they say.
I predict more snow. We'll do more of this.
That's
Based on
great.
normal trends, and I also predict cloudy day for that eclipse.
All right. Yeah, I did a webinar on that last night. The blue line, the totality goes right just north of us.
And it seems like the chances of it being cloudy that day were like over 75% or something, based on climate
Man,
of the past. But we'll see.
you're so casual just standing there on that icy slope. Oh my
I want
goodness.
to be a guiding comic, but
Oh, you guys are the best.
ice balls.
It's all ice balling.
Sure is.
This was not really in the forecast, but it's kind of a good sign.
Really?
Technically, it's a warm
I
front.
like the clouds, the sun. You don't want that sun ruining all the snow, the March sun, you know?
We get sleet falling.
Yeah,
It was
you know what it is?
totally sunny a couple minutes ago.
It's actually grapple.
Grapple. All right, I got to come out
Little
there.
styrofoam
I got to find a way out. Check this precipitation. Grapple's a fancy word. If you quiz your crew, do they all know?
On this side, I mean, this is a, you know, like this is a 6-foot deep drift, this whole thing. All on this side.
Neat.
Just
Wow.
because it was like the northwest wind was just cranking.
Yeah, I asked him about anemometers. He said he didn't have any anemometers that were functional, so we didn't know what the maximum wind was. But I'll tell you, Mount Washington hit 150 for the first time in 2 years. And the last time there was a stronger wind on Mount Washington was actually 2021.
Yeah, it was blowing. There's not many times I thought I was going to get blown off. And I really actually did that thing. Got that.
Where?
No, like it's Bill Day, whatever the is.
Oh, so you were.
Right in the tweet they said they got that thing at 5 now. I think it's probably 4.
Now, were you in a cat?
Elevation and then,
Were you in a cat or out?
no, I was out hiking up.
Of course you were.
Top where we were going to drop in, and it was just like dramatic wind. Like my buddy was like, "I'm coming to the base."
Was that yesterday or during the storm the day before? Wow.
It wasn't like we were at the ridge top either. We were like down. There.
What would you estimate the wind speed was?
I mean, it had to be like sustained 50. And
Yeah.
then it was just like you'd hear it like a freight train, and all of a sudden like, hold on to a tree. It was rugged.
Wow. Rugged, says the man shoveling the 6-foot
fun.
drift.
Ride down was pretty good though.
That's where the snow is landing. I'm gonna go down there and get some video of that. And the cloud came in with that little bit of grapple just now and saved the day, I think, for the skating rink. So we do have ice skating today. I didn't think that was gonna happen. All right. I have to talk louder than the music is playing, otherwise I'll get a copyright infringement. So we've got a gated off section in here. We're just upstairs talking through Jay's staff through that window. And that's where they are, right up there. I don't know, about maybe 50 feet up. And then just pushing the snow off the top. It comes down there, slides down there, and lands down here. And we got to make sure everyone's safe. So we got people on the ground. Look how warm they are. Sure, no problem. Make it look easy. So it looks like they get most of the heavy stuff off. They'll be moving over to another section. Looks like he's prepping to rappel maybe. A little bit lower to do that part right there. Is that what's going on? I was wondering where John is. He's up there. Jay's staff. Checking his IG. Aren't you? He's the captain. He pointed out that there was some virga off to our south. And it looked like it was raining or grappling down there. Nice warm front going by. Okay, here's the snow that was up next to our room right here now. And they're preparing a new landing zone right outside the valet. haven't even eaten. I'm gonna go have some lunch and come back out and get more video later. So fun, I can't stop. 3:20. The sky has turned gray, looking over towards, I think that's either Madonna or Sterling and Spruce. And there have been little bits of precipitation, and I think the lack of sunshine probably helped us from a major meltdown. You come to a hole in the wall. There's no sign, but I think this is Upper National. I know it's Upper National. It's not open that often. And then here's the rest of National. And there's no rope across the head wall, which is a little unusual because it's nice soft snow. Do it. Yeah, what's he, like 7 or 8 years old? That's awesome. Danny, you would have loved this today. It's all soft. No rope across the head wall at National. You'd be right next to me, really ducking into there or something. Oh, big soft bumps right now. Winter's back. Hope you're passing your exam and coming back up any minute now. There's a difference between mashed potato snow and corn snow. This is mashed potato snow, which is relatively fresh snow that's warmed up. It's close to 50 out. And then what has to happen is you have to get a thaw. You have to defrost, freeze this. Melt it, freeze it, and then chop it up. And then we get corn snow. So you and I are assisting in the future of corn snow.
That's where my spot is.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Tim from The Weather. What's your name?
How you doing? I'm Steve Gorman.
Steve? And would you rather have this mashed potato or corn, or what do you think?
Probably the corn.
Yeah. So
It's
I think,
a little slower.
yeah, the corn, it's reconstituted ice, and I think it's a little more slippery. This is kind of grippy, you know? Like, it's a little sticky, warming snow. We probably have corn when it freezes again, maybe Sunday or Monday. But it's gonna start snowing again, too.
I know.
Boom, blue sky again. Same as it looked at 8. 3:55. I think I made it down about 4 or 5 minutes, even on hayride. Even a quiet weather day is not really quiet, it's magical. The day started off totally blue sky, but there was a cloud just over the horizon in New York, and it raced across here today with a little mixed precipitation. And now it's in our rear view mirror. The wind up in the sky must be going 70 or 80 miles an hour. And we never got into the real warm air today. The skating rink stayed open most of the day. And now it feels like we're on the colder side of the front again. Great news for grooming and maintaining this snowpack and making it a beautiful morning if we can manage all night clear. New crew checking into the stone hut. How fun is that? I've only stepped foot in there, never slept in there before. And they should have some beautiful sky this evening now. Oops. The moon is up there. I can't see it now. It's just too bright. That's the sun. And it's just clear to the north. I think we're back into cold air advection already. Very subtle. Very subtle boundaries. And more and more and more. Oh, so nice in the sun. So pretty. So pretty, 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 pretty drippy. Will it stop dripping overnight tonight? That's the question. It really is pretty though, isn't it? Who can't resist playing in the springtime snow? There's a little T-Rex. You can let him go. Who doesn't love playing in the snow? Hi, T-Rex. Come on up here. How do I get up there? Where's your ticket? Baloo, you're going to need a lift ticket. Funny. The viewers seem to love watching Baloo and T-Rex play. I'm not sure Mountain Ops is gonna like us just sitting here though on the chair. Is that thing on? Pretty soft snow, isn't it, Rex? Oh, but it's tasty too, right? Come on, Rex, this way. This way. He just wants to eat it. He just wants to eat some. This way, Rex. No, the other way. Sunset at Mount Mansfield right this second. And last but not least, the moon and Jupiter right next to each other. More and more and more. And you know what this weekend is, right? Uh-huh. Green Splat weekend. Definitely a little bit firm, which is nice on a spring morning. You want that. The groomer's gonna soften up real quick. Kind of on the edge between warm air advection and cold air advection. And Mother Nature put on quite a show with the cloud going off into Smuggler's Notch. We have differential advection. Nice morning. Always good to get out of bed early, once in a while. 7 early. Springtime colors. Hey, how's it going? Fix the anemometer, will you? Oh, he doesn't have an anemometer. What's he doing? Doesn't take much sunshine when you're starting off around. Jim, Josh's friends, who I skied with the other day, making it look easy. Yup. 8:20 in the morning. Jim and John. Pretty steep section right there. Way to grip it and rip it, as they say. Still snow for as far as the eye can see. TK, the Ghost Rider. Jeff, where are you? He just took off. He's a Ghost Rider.
He is.
What's your name?
Suzanne.
Suzanne. You're Mrs. Ghost Rider?
Suzanne Johnson. Yes, I'm Mrs. Ghost Rider.
And what's your name?
Tracy.
Well, let's see Tracy and Suzanne. Go down nosedive. It's really nice up top.
Do you know if this is icy down here?
Yes, it is. Over to the left, but to the right is fine. Suzanne, and Tracy. But it's all fun.
Yeah.